Germany shuts down its last fur farm.
Here's a summary of the article.
Germany's last remaining fur farmer has closed. The Rahden-based farm now stands empty, according to PETA, signaling the end of fur production in yet another EU country. Germany banned fur farming in 2017. The country gave farmers a 5-year transition period to fully phase out of the industry. According to PETA, the largest animal rights organization in the world, 85% of the fur industry's skins come from animals held captive on fur factory farms. Luxury label designers are taking a stand against the practice. Donatella Versace announced a shift away from fur last year, saying she doesn't want to kill animals for fashion. Diane von Furstenberg recently pulled fur and Angora from its collections, and Jean-Paul Gaultier called the industry absolutely deplorable last November. A growing number of governments are passing anti-fur legislation. In the EU, Norway and the Czech Republic both announced bans on fur farming last year.
This post received a score of 49,461, with an upvote ratio of 92%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Thought these were banned across the EU. Knew they were in the UK, assumed it was EU ruling.
Still tons of them in Poland, for example. I think Finland, too.
We have them in Denmark, too. They have been subject to vandalism and let-outs where thousands of mink have been set free unauthorized. Now, I don't think they should be kept in captivity and killed for their fur, but letting loose thousands of them in relatively high densely populated areas isn't really helping them.
It's obviously not really helping them, or, well, not very good for other wild animals usually at least, but I suppose it's more of a protest, making the companies lose money and whatnot.
Yeah, the point is to make it economically unviable so that the practice stops.
Except that's what insurance is for. It's probably not much more than a nuisance.
I know at least one farm in my country and one shop in my city that closed because of vandalism. Given that, I think it's more than a nuisance overall.
Maybe, but probably because of the harassment, not from a lack of economic viability as suggested.
Insurances exist to make profit from you, not as some donation charity. If you keep losing animals, they will hold you accountable yourself and say, raise your security. Vandalism can definitely shut down a company.
Exactly, they will just raise the price of insurance massively due to the lack of security. The farmer shut down ahead of the 2022 deadline as he was struggling under government pressure and frequent, unannounced inspections. Germany banned fur farming in 2017. The country gave farmers a 5-year transition period to fully phase out of the industry. PETA credits its heavy campaigning efforts, petitions, protests, and anti-fur ads for helping push the legislation through into law.
Greater than PETA credits its heavy campaigning efforts, petitions, protests, and anti-fur ads for helping push the legislation through into law. Of course they take credit. Did they mention any of the other animal rights initiatives like SOCO? Rolls eyes.
It's weird how it's almost unanimously agreed that PETA is fighting the good fight, but in the shittiest manner possible, to the point where nobody wants to even acknowledge that PETA is technically on the right side. I don't even know how they're still going. There are so many other charities people can choose to donate to without supporting such a shitty organization.
Greater than to the point where nobody wants to even acknowledge that PETA is technically on the right side. Don't confuse the Reddit microverse with the general public dialogue. Most people do not see it that way.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.